The Lingshan insertion remains nominally a U.S. covert operation. You're gonna be my eyes and ears out there, Prophet. Keep your team alive by all means. That's a loyalty I fully understand. I applaud it, in fact. But your primary function is to report back to me. If you can, bring back Ceph. If you can't, just come back alive and tell me what you saw. It's the data that's key now, the nano systems, but we're on borrowed time here, all of us. Time for the whole human race to wake up.
Systems recovering. Corrosive agents isolated. Base functions impaired. Rerouting primary power systems. Please wait.
All right, I'm getting a limited feed from your suit, son, but for now it'll have to do. I don't believe we've been introduced. Jack Hargreave. At your service. I don't doubt Nathan Gould will have mentioned my name, but I'm bound to assume he didn't have much good to say about me. But we have other, more pressing concerns right now. We have to get you weaponized and up to speed. So, you're currently standing not far from the diseased, bureaucratic heart of the city. And while you think airlifting all the politicians out should have a cleansing effect, sadly what's replaced them isn't any better. But don't take my word for anything. Why should you? Trust must be earned. Go on and see for yourself. I'll guide you as best I can. But you've got to get right down into that filthy, diseased heart. There's something down there you're going to need.
Primary systems rerouted. Clear to proceed.
All right. Well, we are somehow still alive after that Devastator just blew us up at the end of the last mission. We finally get some cutscenes to explain how the events of this game connect to the first one. We also meet Jacob Hargreave, one of the founders of Hargreave Rash Biomedical Corporation and designer of the nanosuit. The funny thing is that he mentioned the Lingshan insertion is nominally a covert operation, but yeah, maybe initially, but recall that 2 U.S. Navy carrier strike groups were involved and sunk during that operation. I suspect the families of the thousands of sailors, and probably the Marines as well, lost in that covert incident would want a better explanation. But whatever. Alright. Well, in case you're wondering where Nomad, Psycho, and Helena Rosenthal have gone in the interim, well, it's apparently described in some comic books that take place between the games which tell you what happened. But even then, they're tenuously connected at best. Personally, I've never read them, but reportedly they involve some rather strange plot elements of like space and time travel and whatever. So if you've been confused as to how Crysis 1 and 2 connect plot-wise, well, don't worry, because you're not alone there. And also, don't worry, just because we switched characters again on the radio, you know, first it was Nathan Gould, the conspiracy theorist, now it's the melodramatic Hargreave with grandiose speeches.
Oh, I'm fine. There's nothing wrong with me.
Yeah, she doesn't look too well, though.
And here it seems the VIPs were indeed processed as befits their status.
Alright, we have our first collectible of the mission, a dog tag right there. So this is VIP processing, huh? It's kind of in an odd place. But whatever. I didn't choose to sequester them here. So we need to find the hive entrance. We're gonna head into this building up here.
Cleaning up. It's ingenious, isn't it? Think of the Argentine cattle crisis 2 years ago, or the British BSE outbreak in the last century. The issue was not slaughtering the animals. That was easily done. The problem was disposal. What do you do with the millions of rotting corpses? Well, there you see the answer the Ceph have evolved. They wipe us out. They break us down. They reduce the environmental impact almost to zero. Exemplary.
All right, so we had our next collectible there, an email. And apparently the Ceph break us down into sludge like we're some kind of disease, like they're exterminators or whatever. Okay, whatever. Anyway. We should have another collectible coming up. It's right in the next room here. Right there on the table. These little guys we're squishing are known as Ceph ticks. They're like little cockroaches. They pose no real threat to the player, but they are used by the aliens to gather biomass using the syringe at the end of their proboscis. So we've seen them throughout several missions here so far. And yeah, of course, each time you kill one of those ticks, they drop 20 nanocatalysts. Not much, but they do add up. Alright, well, we are in a courtyard here. And right here, we have the AY-69 submachine pistol. This is manufactured by Bauer and Kopka. It's the most tactical weapon ever. First introduced in Crysis Warhead, it's modeled on the real-world MP7. And effectively, this weapon replaces the MPX-8 SMG of the first game. It is shorter in length, for one thing. The AY-69 fires the 9mm Parabellum round from a 30-round magazine at 800 rounds per minute, although this one has the extended mag, which gives us 45 rounds. Unlike Crysis Warhead, you cannot dual-wield these things, nor can you mount a suppressor on them. And of course, as the design suggests, they are good for close-in quarters fighting, but weak at medium or longer range.
Yes, you see, all part of the same biomass processing system. For what purpose? Well, that is quite the question. Repulsive, yes, but quite fascinating.
Okay, Hargreave, so you're not really telling us anything new here. Can you give us some more information about these things? Have some grenades, please.
Have some.
Alright, let's get up close with our boomstick here. Wish you could load slug into these things. That'll put the Ceph down, I'm sure. Oh, he's right there. Look at that.
Stop eating my sesame cake!
He's like stuck in the geometry of the level or something. Well, it happens. And here more come.
Up to now? Well, not content with flooding our city with armed thugs paid out of your tax dollars, we are now getting reports of bleeding-edge, experimental military hardware loose on the streets, and very likely out of control. Eyewitnesses from the Midtown area managed to beat the media blackout and the cuts in cell phone coverage, and bring us these terrifying warnings.
It was like a walking machine, man. Like out of those old Star Wars movies, or War of the Worlds or something. The 3 legs, it made this screaming sound. I just ran.
Just killing everything. Just blasting people. I just hid and prayed. I prayed to Jesus to save me, and hallelujah, he did. But all those poor people.
Well, golly gee, I just prayed to Jesus and he saved me and saved us all. Hallelujah. Alright, whatever. Well, based on that report, I guess we got some opposition up ahead in our near future. But if you just pray to Jesus, all will be saved, huh? Alright, well now that we got the extended clip, hashtag mag, they are not clips, they are magazines, box magazines. We can put them on our assault rifles now.
You should be able to make out some exposed elements of the alien structure from where you are now. The ship Lockhart's pilot shot down. They had to dock somewhere above ground. Look for anything resembling a tower or a silo.
Yes, I'm looking at it right now, Hargreave. I can see it. It's right in front of me, clear as day. Well, I guess that's what we need to get to, but first we have another collectible here. It's at this collapsed elevated railway platform. We head up these stairs. And right over here on these chairs are some car keys. guys.
Are you ready for pain? Are you ready for suffering? If the answer is yes, then you're ready for Captain Freedom's workout.
It comes in the forms of bullets and high explosives. Enjoy. I'm gonna need some more ammo here.
Look around you, Alcatraz. Look at this ecology. Have you ever wanted to visit an alien planet? This may be as close as you'll ever come. If only we had more time.
Yeah, well, perhaps unfortunately, I don't really care to visit an alien planet, Hargreave. I mean, I've already done that. I've played Half-Life 1. Running out of cover here. It's getting all blowed up. Alright, well, this house is clear. I'll exorcise the demons. Alright, our next collectible is right up ahead. As we head up this collapsed roadway, there's a speeding camera. Smile. Say cheese. And a building is collapsing right there. Pick up some C4. Alright, we've got company here. Yeah, that big guy. is called a Ceph Devastator. It's the first one we fight for real. They're also known as heavies. Now I'm going to take out his buddies first, but that thing he was shooting at us that was rapid fire, that is called a Reaper cannon. It's like a chain gun, basically. He also has an X-Pack mortar, a grenade/rocket launcher combo. Now these things are basically the heavy infantry of the Ceph, so you're gonna need some either a crap ton of bullets or some high explosives to take him out. He'll take about 3 direct hits from a rocket or 2 C4 charges to kill him. But once you get rid of him, he does drop 500 nano-catalysts when he dies. And no, in case you're wondering, you cannot sneak up on him and stealth kill him. You can sneak up on him, but you cannot stealth kill him, I should say. So, but if you get too close, he's gonna try and ram you or bludgeon you to death with his big arms. So let's get a little bit closer. He has tons and tons of armor. There's one. If you use a precision rifle, a sniper rifle, you can blast away the helmet he's wearing. And that'll expose his fleshy bits. Alright, that's 2. And time for number 3. Now he's dead. Alright. Just head up into this tunnel and complete the mission.
I'm afraid there's some bad news, son. The DoD planned to bomb out the Rawson flood barrier and drown the lower city in an attempt to wipe out the Ceph. In all probability, this insanity is gonna go ahead despite my protests, and I don't want you underground when it does. You must get to the heart of the alien structure with all speed, Alcatraz, and then exit. We don't have much time.
Alright, well, let's look at the souvenirs we got. We have our concept artwork, of course. Some government buildings and a evacuation point. The dog tags we got were infected civvies. The khakis we got was an alien dropship, I believe. I think that's what we got. And we have an email. U.S. Marine Deployment. Cell Oversight Secretariat to Commander Lockhart. Crynet Executive Board. Carbon copy. Commander Lockhart. Following this morning's Supreme Court emergency session ruling and pending a formal announcement by the President, U.S. Marines are to begin deploying in the Manhattan Midtown area under Colonel Sherman Barclay. Their mission is described as humanitarian intervention, but they have been briefed for other combat eventualities as well. The constitutional outrage of these measures notwithstanding, you are to cooperate with Colonel Barclay's force and afford him any assistance he may require, as long as it does not conflict with your existing mandate. We fully expect this measure to be revoked within a short time. Alright, well, the Marines are coming ashore again.